It's no secret I'm not a religious guy, but I'm not going to lie to you. I've been on my knees praying hard today because today's news is just too hilarious if it doesn't come true, if God doesn't answer my prayer. But if he does, then checkmate atheists, or really checkmate ponies. You see, what makes making videos on PlayStation Fanboys so fun is how they're in that #1 spot with the PS5, and it's not enough for them. They're never satisfied with what Sony provides, so they always have to spend all of their time comparing it to whatever Xbox has. And it's what they've been doing since, well, the existence of Xbox. They don't want the brand to have games so that they can keep their long-running joke going.
There's this really made up narrative that PlayStation 5 is having a bad year. It's totally made up. And it's just funny to me. In the same year, you get The Last of Us Part 2 ported to PlayStation 5. Where does this narrative come from that PlayStation 5 is having a bad year or has no games? It really is exclusively seen on social media.
God damn it, open your f***ing ears.
But it's all fun and games until the, 5 PlayStation 5 only titles you can name on 5 fingers right now are rumored to go to Xbox. All of a sudden, they're not laughing. All of a sudden, it is a serious talk must be had with Sony. Look, PlayStation, we want Microsoft to kill itself, but not you. If you don't know what I'm talking about, we may as well just dive into today's news. You're here for salt, I have it, let's do a business transaction. What you're gonna do in return is provide me a subscription, right? Hit that subscribe button because what I'm about to provide you some good shit, and it's under text. Final Fantasy 16 producer and 14 director Naoki Yoshida has said Square Enix is looking to double down on Xbox releases after its focus on PlayStation exclusivity led to a financial dip.
One game, I don't know why. I bought a PS5 with no games to buy.
Now, Yoshida, what are you doing? It's too early to say. You're not supposed to tell the ponies now. You have any idea the damage you've just done before the ponies even get a chance to Photoshop Final Fantasy into their tiny little list of exclusive PS5 only titles. They're already getting told it's gonna be ported on the console that preoccupies a space in their mind 24/7. Every single time anything PlayStation gets announced for another platform, there's absolute chaos on Twitter. It's okay if Xbox does it, let's point and laugh, but if PlayStation does it, we riot.
This is mostly a protest. It is not generally speaking unruly, but fires have been started and
I remember though, it's 2 years ago when all the ponies said, I'm never leaving PlayStation unless Sony puts God of War and The Last of Us on PC, then it's officially over for me. And well, guess what happened when Sony did that? Nothing. All those guys, they're still on Twitter, still playing on PlayStation. Blaze, well, after he saw his PS4 in half, he continued to play PlayStation. Truth is, they're all a bunch of crybabies who don't want to share their games because they think it's very special and unique if they're one of the only millions upon millions of people that own these games. I guess it's a way to make them feel happy about the plastic box under their TV that it hasn't been booted up in months.
Final Fantasy 16 producer and 14 director Naoki Yoshida has said Square Enix is looking to double down on Xbox releases after its focus on PlayStation exclusivity led to a financial dip. Yoshida told Eurogamer that Final Fantasy XIV's recent release on Xbox was met with a really strong response and is just the starting point for more Square Enix games to launch on the platform. With Final Fantasy XIV's release on Xbox, Microsoft Gaming CEO Phil Spencer spent a lot of his time and a lot of effort and put in a lot of hard work into making it a reality, Yoshida said. So, we would like to make the best of that and further deepen the relationship with Xbox gamers moving forward.
Xbox has historically struggled to breach the Japanese video game market, where its two biggest rivals PlayStation and Nintendo are based, and Yoshida said this can dissuade Japanese developers from focusing on Xbox as a platform. However, at Square Enix, we have been changing our policy, he continued. So now we are moving towards the policy of releasing our games on a multi-platform basis, and we really want as many players as possible to play our titles. With Final Fantasy XIV as the starting point, we do want to release more Square Enix games on Xbox, and there will be more of our titles released on Xbox. So I hope players will look forward to future things to come on the platform.
Either way, this is long overdue. Final Fantasy 16, 14, and 7 Remake, they should have been on all platforms by now. The fact Final Fantasy has had any exclusivity contract with Sony up to this point is just baffling to me. They're never going to make the sales to justify these exclusivity deals. It's not going to happen. Whether that's a sign of Final Fantasy as a franchise declining or a lack of interest in other platforms, I don't know. But what I do know is porting it's better than nothing. But that's not how a PlayStation fanboy's mind works. They're very selfish. What matters to them is what they can, well, brag about on the internet. Not about who can play these games, not about how much the developers can make off their work, not about pushing the art or the medium forward. It's about how many games can I hold over an Xbox user's head. Well, sadly, that list is getting smaller. If any of the rumors here are true, Phil Spencer's really singing to Jim Ryan, I'm still standing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You see, there was a reason Phil Spencer walked out on stage last year. When we saw him standing next to Yoshida, we knew shit was going down. The obvious failure of locking Final Fantasy games as exclusive has cost Square Enix a lot of money, up to the point they're willing to work with Microsoft. Crazy, I know, but PlayStation sales are just not cutting it. No matter what the ponies say, no matter how many times they tell you Xbox gamers do not buy games, Square Enix is telling you, well, PlayStation users don't buy games. So what do you want us to do about it? Square Enix will do what they must. They are a business. They're not your friends. They're not Sony's pet. They're a software developer and they need cash. But no PlayStation fanboy understands this. They still take it so goddamn personal. They are salty, and I mean salty, and nothing in this article was even confirmed. There's not a confirmation of Final Fantasy VII Remake or 16 going over to Xbox. No official title was ever name dropped, but that didn't stop the ponies' fury. Their rage was all over Twitter.
That's no point games. That's why their first party is going everywhere.
Don't even bother. Don't even bother to talk shit right now, right? The majority of Black Myth Wukong sales, PC. The majority of Baldur's Gate 3 sales, PC. The majority of Elden Ring sales, PC. The majority of Palworld sales, PC. The majority of Helldivers players, PC. PlayStation users do buy games, just not the first party ones or the exclusive third party ones that much either. It is a Call of Duty box, an NBA box, a FIFA box, a Netflix box. The popularity of console gaming made it popular for things outside of just gaming. If we were to look at the software sales of games these ponies think matter, they would be low. But of course, they have to make it all about Xbox. That is their go-to. Well, you don't have exclusives. And I have like 5. Well, make it 4 now. If any of these rumors are true. It's as if this is a coping mechanism of some sort. Like, as long as they bash Xbox, they won't shed a tear. It'll distract them from the bad thoughts. Man, if this game does end up getting ported to Xbox, it's going to be a bloodbath.
Yeah, Xbox renters will save them.
Xbox users? No, but you know who probably will save them? A nice fat check from Microsoft. If Phil Spencer cuts a deal to have Final Fantasy put on Game Pass, they're going to make money off of that transaction. So yeah, you know, renting the game may actually help Square a bit. It's basically free money. Because I'll tell you one thing, PlayStation buyers are not helping them at all.
No, put me tied up. This was never said.
Well, it actually was. Oh, that's the best part. Yoshida really did say he wanted to port more games to Xbox. That's the best part. It's like the denial, the sheer disbelief. He can't fathom that actually happening. Yoshida said what he said. He wants to put more games on Xbox now. He never said which ones, but not a hard guess.
Pointing exclusivity while their output of the last 15 years has been horrendous. Aside from Final Fantasy, which was the only franchise that continued being great.
I mean, we really can blame the exclusivity? Like, why would you ever limit who can play this game? It's fucking Final Fantasy. Oh wait, what am I talking about? It's a franchise that's always been limited to consoles and their exclusivity deals. I mean, just imagine where Final Fantasy could be right now if they had ditched that old, archaic mentality. These exclusivity deals have come to bite them in the long run. Yoshida, just get that Game Pass bag and just fucking move on already. The PS5 is having its own troubles.
IGN and fake news again, huh?
Bullshit! Oh, I like it. Denial.
I mean, again, I remember when this was said and happened. It's just that IGN reported on it a little later, and these guys cannot believe it. It's amazing. I fucking love it. This is the shit I wake up for every day. But what amazes me the most is the amount of PlayStation dudes who are insanely upset about this. You begin to wonder what is wrong with you. You're a grown-ass adult, right? But most importantly, you're a fan of Final Fantasy, right? You want this franchise to grow. You want as many people playing as possible, don't you? Why would the rumors that aren't even confirmed, by the way, drive you into pure madness? It's not like it's gonna make a difference to the PlayStation list of exclusives that much. It's already tiny enough as it is. Doesn't make a difference to your life, doesn't make a difference to my life. It just makes a difference to the lives of those who, well, want to play the game. I really do not see how you could complain about this, but fear has been struck in their hearts. They're counting down the days because they know once they have games going to Xbox and we see a stronger multi-platform strategy going forward, they're gonna change their narrative, and then it's going to be a whole different battlefield, whole different rules. You know how console wars are, autistic as fuck, like this channel. But if you liked it, you know what to do. Like, comment, share, and subscribe, of course. With that being said, I'll see you in the next one.
Fritongo sucks ass.